Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So an insight came to me yesterday and I thought I'd share with y'all. So it's the story of Khidr and Musa, right? So the first thing Khidr did was basically deform the ship that they were on. So much so that Musa was like, wait, are you trying to drown the people? But guess what? Who literally drowned like an army of kings, right? Kings, right? It was Musa, right? Looking at his story, it was Musa drowned Pharaoh and his entire army and everything. And there's also the second thing Khidr did was kill the poor boy, right? And Musa was like, why would you just kill a pure soul and stuff? But who literally gave one punch and killed the cop? It was Musa. So there's that reality, like check. So the third thing he did was that was Khidr, right? The third thing he did was basically erect a fence that made sure that the treasures that a righteous man left for his two sons that were in the city was protected, so that the villagers that basically had been bad to them, not they didn't give them food or take care of them, would not get to it, because seeing how they treated them, if they saw the treasure, they would take it, right? So Khidr did that. And Musa was like, why would you do this to these guys that have basically been treating us bad and stuff? But who stood up, seeing that the boys in the town were basically bullying the two sisters by making sure that the sisters' sheep flock does not get water. It was Musa that stood up, and by standing up and eventually getting a job with their father, and working for their father for 10 years, he made sure that their inheritance was secured and continued to grow. You see? And so there's that, the thought just came to mind yesterday. There's that reality that a lot of times we criticize others, whereas the same reality probably has happened with us. And we are not seeing the bad in that, but we are quick to judge others. So this is a self-reflective moment to think, and before we criticize someone, we think deeply. And if we are unable to, if we think we know why they did whatever they did, at least excuse one from that presence. That way one is not troubled with such thoughts, you see. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa sallam taslim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.